Kenya's Chinese-built expressway in the capital Nairobi has marked 10 million users since the completion of the project. The road was officially launched mid-last year after running on a trial basis in May. The 27 kilometers toll road was built by the China Road and Bridge Corporation. It's been almost 7 months since one of Kenya's flagship projects, the 27 kilometers long elevated Nairobi Expressway, was opened to the public. Since its launch, the Chinese-funded and constructed project has cut down travel times across the capital Nairobi and its environs. Here's CGTN's Robert Nagila with more on the highway that has changed the lives of many Kenyans.
Thank you very much.
Launched in August 2020 by former President Uhuru Kenyatta, the Nairobi Expressway is a 27-kilometer toll road, the only one of its kind in Kenya. It connects the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport and Westlands area in Nairobi. Built and financed by the state-owned China Road and Bridge Company at a cost of $668 million under a public-private partnership with the government, it is part of the projects under the Belt and Road Initiative. Under the model, CRBC will run the expressway for 27 years to recover its investment by charging toll fees. Construction of the expressway began in July 2018. Already a landmark in Kenya's capital, it cuts across Nairobi, providing some of the best views of the city. Its impact has been felt immediately in a city where traffic gridlock is frequent. The expressway has cut travel times to the airport from an estimated 2 hours to about 20 minutes. Payment is through cash or electronic payment. Robert Nagila, CGTN, Nairobi, Kenya.
For more on this, we're joined by Gershon Ekiara. He is an economist based here in Nairobi. He's also a former permanent secretary of the Ministry of Transport in Kenya. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, the Nairobi Expressway has been described as an important piece in Kenya's jigsaw puzzle in search for a more efficient transportation system. What impact has it had so far?
Well, it has had a huge impact. You know, for a long time, we waited for such a modern way of transportation in Nairobi, but it was not coming. There were many people negotiating with the government, and we are not making progress until the idea of a PPP was adopted. And that has really worked very fast. And the benefits are huge for people traveling within Nairobi, both those who are riding on expressway and all those who are using their own transport, because there has been a gradual reduction of the congestion within Nairobi. So many people are now saying this is a very, very important way of handling things, especially on a PPP. Where some of the people are worried about the debt issue. And using a PPP, it enables the country to avoid being too worried about the debt level in borrowing from individual countries and international organizations. So there are many people currently who are yearning for rapid increase in the space that is covered by expressway. I used to be a PS in the Ministry of Transport in Kenya, and it was very difficult to be able to move fast enough to remove the traffic jam in the city. So we are now seeing that this is a way that we must look for to be able, even other ones within Nairobi and outside in Nairobi. And the cost is much lower. I have used it severally, and it is much, much lower than the petrol that I would be having driving through the city. And if we had 3 or 4 people in a car, like here in Kenya, I've been paying about 300 shillings. So, which is much, much lower than what would be if I was driving my car through the city. So it's a very, very welcome innovation in the country.
Well, it's good you talked about the financial cost of this, because This is there were concerns because this is a road that Kenyans have to pay for, and so the concerns were there about its sustainability. Are these fears misplaced?
They are very misplaced, because I've told you that those who are using expressway, they are paying lower than what they will be paying driving the car in the heavy traffic jams in Nairobi. And there has been no impact on those who prefer using their own cars. They are also benefiting in the sense that the roads have been substantially decongested. So the time taken in driving from the area covered by the expressway, there are actually even people who are not paying the expressway and they are just driving in a normal way. They are taking less time and therefore using less petrol to be able to traverse the parts that are covered. So that is why there is now an important way of looking, agency actually, of trying to see how can similar effort be expanded in other parts of Nairobi and the outskirts of Nairobi. And people are very, very happy about it. And I actually, in my view, it has taught Kenyans that the experiment with the expressway or PPP, public-private partnerships, they are very, very important in solving problems in Nairobi and the other parts of the country as soon as we can. Actually, many people, visitors who are coming to Kenya from other countries, they are saying, wow, this is something that we need to do. It is also raising, as you mentioned, the level of tourism in Nairobi, because you have a wonderful view of various parts of Nairobi.